There was a shock on the cards in the torrential rain at the Fraser Eagle Stadium. Captain Peter Kavanagh's free kick put Stanley ahead, and the lead was doubled when Roscoe de Sain crossed for Paul Mullin to tap in on 25 minutes. But there was plenty of fight left in the Terriers, who pulled one back on the stroke of half-time through Sierra Leone international Malvin Kamara. Huddersfield were made to wait until 8 minutes from time for an equaliser, with Kamara on target again. And in the final moments of the match, Andy Holdsworth's shot rebounded for Luke Beckett to claim a dramatic win.
Little is in there, O'Neill is in there, Shotton obviously. Just arriving now is Darren Tinson. Payton instead goes for Senior! What a goal! Has that gone in? Has that gone in? Yes, it has! Chris Senior gives the non-leaguers the lead in the last seconds of injury time at the end of the first half. It's done. Shadowed by Sedgemore. Simpson. Payton needs to help out his fullback. Simpson with a good run here. Forced wide by Shotton. And that's the equaliser, off the line. Penalty given. And is this going to be a red card? It's a...
League One led League Two when Gillingham went in front against Barnet. Nicky Southall's cross and David Graham couldn't miss. But Barnet, who reached round 4 of the Cup last season, fought back in the second half. Gillingham failed to clear their lines, and Ismail Yakubu produced the kind of poacher's finish his Premiership namesake would have been proud of. The League Two outfit completed an upset when Liam Hatch powered home the winner. A Barnet on an FA Cup roll again.
Bournemouth made the long trip to Barrow with a skeleton squad because of injuries and suspension, and the Blue Square North team took full advantage. Kevin Rapley, who only joined Barrow last month, scoring after 19 minutes. Bournemouth have 4 players on loan from Reading. The Royals allowed Jem Karachan and Scott Goulbourne to play, and midfielder Karachan levelled in first half stoppage time.
May opt to throw this long, he does so. Almost flicked on, but O'Leary clears it away. Back into the Swansea penalty area. Monka's got to deal with it. Knights all over the place. Chance for Billericay, and they've scored. It's Wayne Samantia who has stunned Swansea City. Ball played into Billericay's penalty area. Bowser's attempt on goal is a superb one, and Swansea have their equaliser. Charge down. Joe Allen's cross this time will be met by Anderson, who keeps it in play.
This was Workington's first appearance in round 1 for 25 years, and it's one they won't forget. Bury went in front when Nicky Adams' free kick was turned in by Paul Scott. Bury expelled from last year's competition, of course, for fielding an ineligible player. Matthew Berkeley's late goal could have been enough to earn a replay for the Blue Square North side, who went out of the league 30 years ago, making way for FA Cup winners Wimbledon. But they were undone by a remarkable late hat-trick from Andy Bishop. The header restored Bury's lead and embarrassed the keeper. And then a fine solo effort put the game beyond Workington. And the Bishop hat-trick, along with victory for Bury, was completed in stoppage time from Andy Mangham's pass.
Cambridge United boss Jimmy Quinn celebrated his new contract with a 2-1 win over Aldershot after the leaders of the Blue Square Premier League had taken a first-half lead through Johnny Dixon. But Cambridge pressure told. On the hour, Darrell Knight's cross headed in by Lee Boylan. And with 5 minutes left, Aldershot goalkeeper Nicky Bull misjudged a free kick by Stephen Reid, and Leo Fortune West was left to tap into an empty net. Grimsby Town, 22nd in League Two, came within 6 minutes of pulling off a giant killing at League One leaders Carlisle United. with a stunning first-half goal by Paul Bolland, giving the Mariners a deserved lead, which they held on to until the 84th minute. But a rash handball by defender Tom Newey earned him a red card from referee Anthony Taylor, and Carlisle a penalty. The spot kick tucked away emphatically by defender Zigor Aranalde to give Carlisle a welcome replay on Tuesday week.
Cheltenham's fans hadn't seen a home win since the opening day of the season. Could the FA Cup change their fortunes? It seems so after Stephen Gillespie's goal. But manager Keith Downing was left to call his side naive. They were caught napping in the last minute of the game. From deep inside the Brighton half, Baz Savage with a powerful run, eventually the ball falling to substitute Doug Loft, who smashed home the equaliser.
It was League Two against League One at Saltergate as Chesterfield embarked on another FA Cup campaign a decade after their semi-final appearance against Middlesbrough, and the Spyrites went in front as Jack Lester scored for the 15th time this season. But a foul on Chris Shuker brought Tranmere back into the game as the former Mansfield Town striker Chris Greenacre scored from the spot. And the visitors moved ahead in the last 10 minutes as Anthony Kay volleyed in from 15 yards. It was a move he'd begun himself. Home advantage for the League One side against an MK Dons hoping to be in that division next season. CREWE seized the initiative when Chris McCready got on the end of a Billy Jones free kick after only 3 minutes. Jones was involved in the second, delivering the corner from which skipper Neil Cox dispatched the ball into the top corner. The MK Dons produced an instant response as Drew Broughton went down under Julian Bode's challenge, leaving Jamal Johnson to oblige from the spot. But it's the Railwaymen who make the journey into round two.
League Two Darlington took the lead against their League One opponents. Julian Joachim's knockdown finding Greg Blundell, the home side going ahead on just 8 minutes. But Northampton soon levelled it up. Striker Colin Larkin thought he'd try his own luck from distance, and with a hint of a deflection, it was enough to earn Stuart Gray's side a replay.
All the goals in the second half as Weymouth comfortably won this South Coast duel 4-0. Substitute Jefferson Lewis heading in the first goal after 54 minutes. The game then produced a hat-trick scored in 7 minutes by Stuart Bevan. His first slid in from close range after 81 minutes would have ensured Weymouth's place in the second round. But more was still to come from the side 17th in the Blue Square Premier League. With 5 minutes left, Bevan fired in his second goal after more good build-up work by Jefferson Lewis. And with just 2 minutes left on the clock, Bevan completed his quick-fire hat-trick after the goalkeeper had fumbled yet another shot from Lewis.
Two promotion rivals in the Blue Square Premier, formerly the Conference, clashed at Exeter's St James Park. Wayne Carlisle opened the scoring for the home side. It got worse for Stevenage. Defender Mark Arbour misjudged a back pass and Jamie Mackey pounced for the simplest of finishes. Exeter made the game safe when Steve Basham was hauled down by defender Luke Oliver. Basham picked himself up to score from the penalty spot. The rout was completed shortly afterwards. George Friend with the ball in, and Matt Taylor converted the fourth. Exeter through, but New Stevenage boss Peter Taylor back to earth with a bump 9 days after taking the helm.
Two goals apiece from Darrell Clare and John McGrath fired Burton through against 10 men. Clare's free kick started it, and Burton, who took Manchester United to a replay 2 seasons ago, could dare to dream about a rematch. Unfortunately for Halifax, Cortez Bell was just dreaming when John McGrath picked his pocket to make it 2. Clare added his second goal just after the hour, picking up on Sean Harrod's neat flick before outpacing the defenders to finish coolly. And not to be outdone, McGrath smashed in his second, Burton's fourth, 10 minutes later. Get through round 2 and the Brewers could yet be drinking with the big boys again.
This was a real smash and grab win by Dagenham and Redbridge. The goals though didn't come until the second half. Paul Benson volleyed home against the run of play. In the end, a defensive lapse led to the second goal, but there was no doubting the quality of Sean Hughes' finish. And it was 3-0 in stoppage time. Ben Strevens sealing it for the Daggers. It was hard luck though on Hampton and Richmond.
Harrogate Railway of the Unibond League North caused one of the first round upsets by knocking out Blue Square Premier side Droylsden. Droylsden thought they'd taken the lead in the first half, but Terry Fern's goal was disallowed for handball. It turned out to be a pivotal moment. 2 goals in 5 minutes midway through the second half and Harrogate their win. Byron Littlefair with the first, Ryan Haig quickly added a second. 5 years ago, Harrogate Railway were drawn at home to Bristol City in the second round. The Yorkshire team will hope for another good pairing in 2007.
Edgar Street has seen an FA Cup shock or two in the past, and Leeds United in their first round appearance were looking to avoid being on the end of another upset, and they had a great chance to take the lead. Seb Carroll's long-range shot though straight at Wayne Brown. But it was far from one-sided. League Two Hereford more than held their own. Lionel Ainsworth with the header brilliantly saved. And there was a glorious opportunity for central defender John McComb to be the Hereford hero with just 3 minutes to go. He squandered the chance. Club chairman and manager Graham Turner couldn't believe it.
No one in Horsham's 136-year history has scored an FA Cup goal quite like that. Nigel Brake deserved his celebrations as his opener set the Sussex side en route to round 2 for the first time. Lee Carney, though, can claim to have made the most telling contribution, scoring twice. His first there, spectacular in its own right, gave Horsham a cushion. But Maidenhead were determined to make their lower league opponents sweat. Manny Lee was adjudged to have been tripped just there, and Dwayne Lee brought it back to 2-1 from the penalty spot. Horsham feel they're destined for a cup run in their final season before moving to a new ground, and Carney's second there would have settled the nerves at 3-1, but for Gary Charman getting sent off for over-celebrating as emotions overflowed. But the 10 men were able to cruise through thanks to substitute Lee Farrell, a member of the Great Britain Deaf team, who added a fourth in the final minute. Cue wild celebrations, the like of which Horsham has seldom seen.
It was an all-League One affair at the Matchroom Stadium, although the form book gave little indication of just what would happen. It looked good for Leyton Orient when it was Wayne Gray who climbed highest and gave them the lead. But the home side never capitalised on it. Bristol Rovers got back